Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Daily Bone Podcast. Ready to cook as usual. It is Wednesday, August 7th, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Ready to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. I quickly want to announce that we are kicking off a very exciting new partnership with Uniswap, specifically Uniswap Labs. We are going to be talking about the Uniswap Labs wallet extension. Easy, I'd be curious, what has you excited about the Uniswap wallet extension?
No, absolutely. Honestly, it's so seamless. So Uniswap Labs has launched right now what is a single click experience. It's a sidebar. Unlike a lot of these other wallet experiences, this pops up directly as a side persisting versus that overlay. So if you're familiar with some of these other wallets, it pops out over the browser. This runs basically like a side cart. So it gives you just a better experience. You can sign transactions, swaps, send and receive crypto, all without losing your place on the website, obstructing the view. Nothing's blind when it comes to signature requests. It gives you a very easy way to understand what it is you're doing on chain. And you never lose track of transactions. It's all streamlined right within a request queue, right on that sidebar. And the extension also works with keyboard shortcuts. So if you ever need to just pop it up, it's Control-Shift-U, which is great, which makes it wicked easy to just launch this wallet. Say you're doing something quick, you're trying to buy into a meme coin, right on deck screener, quickly popping up that Command-Shift-U, automatically integrates, connects to it, gives you the swap options where now you can get in and out of tokens and trades. On top of this too, it's also got swap protections. So any sort of sandwich attacks, med bots, front running, Uniswap's wallet actually prevents that, which is a huge win because right now, especially on meme coins, slippage is a big part of it, and mev bots are completely just ruining a lot of that for when it comes to volume. And you also have things with the Uniswap extension from aggregating liquidity pools across on-chain and off-chain sources so you get the best quotes. It just puts everything in one streamlined place. So in my opinion, it's hands down the best way right now to be trading EVM chains when it comes to meme coins.
Nice. And obviously you can just import your wallet. You don't have to even create a new one if you don't want to. A lot of people aren't familiar with, that component to this. If you want to check it out, head to wallet.uniswap.org. Obviously really pumped to be partnering with Uniswap, one of the best known organizations, one of the biggest names in crypto at this point. So big shout out to them. Nick, how you doing this morning? Good morning, buddy.
Good morning there, Pia.
Can I get you to join the Twitter Spaces? Can I get you to do that?
How much are you gonna pay me?
How much you want?
Dude, my price is pretty high nowadays. Gonna be honest, ever since I went viral for looking funny.
Pretty good. Pretty good. My price has gone up too for taking out loans. My price is certainly up much higher, being called an idiot and having retail participants ask me if I seriously took out loans. So, Nick? You know what? You know who is happy with our performance recently? Our Fantasy Top card holders. I've been getting a lot of tags. The founders of Fantasy Top said study Bodago's PFPs. So there's something we're doing well, man. People are fans of us.
That's not nothing.
Literally. Sorry, what was that, Kix?
That's not nothing.
I saw.
Why is he yelling?
I saw like 3 people tweet about it, which is just absolutely insane.
Electric. Huge
Absolute
audience.
Fill a stadium with those 3.
Spreading like a virus to the mainstream.
I requested to be on stage, Pia.
Okay, cool. Ray will let you on. Look, let's just get into this weather report. Kix is dialed in. He's got a new nose strip. He's not worried about popping blood vessels in his nose.
Weather report, Ray.
Fire him what do you like the call sheet?
He doesn't have it. He doesn't.
What do you mean you don't have it? Here it is.
I wasn't put on the calendar today.
What do you mean you weren't put it on the calendar today?
Yeah, it's some fucking conspiracy.
Okay, well, I just sent it to you. I just sent it to you.
Okay,
I mean,
I need time to think about it, digest. Like, I'm just not ready to go right.
You
Today's
haven't come out
Wednesday,
and-
August 7th. Looking at crypto roundup, the majors continue to recover with Bitcoin up 3% to just over 57K. ETH even at 2450, and Solana up 9% to 152. The biggest mover among the top 100 coins was Popcat, which is up 33% on the day to a $570 million market cap. Over the past 24 hours, crypto continued to recover, the Sol ETH ratio hitting a new all-time high. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index also bounced off yesterday's local low of 19, extreme fear, to 27, just fear. The last time we saw a level of 19 was in July of 2022. Not the best time to buy, but really close to the best time to buy, and still a really good time to buy. We'll take that for what it's worth at the sample size of 1. Next, global markets continue to stabilize as Deputy Governor Uchida stated that the Bank of Japan won't raise rates during an unstable market. The yen fell to 145 on the news, and NASDAQ and S&P both gained 1% on the day. Finally, Eric Trump teased an upcoming crypto announcement on X stating, "I have truly fallen in love with crypto and DeFi. Stay tuned for a big announcement." The timing on this announcement is interesting as it comes to just one day after the DJG meme coin was rug pulled. Nick, never fucking talk in my backswing again. That's it for your weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Fantastic weather report as usual, Kicks. Nick, what would you like to discuss?
Well, I just wanted Kicks to know we didn't send you the notes for today because you haven't come out in support of the Harris, whatever the other guys. What's his other guy's last name?
White dudes for Harris.
That's
Tim
a
Kaine.
problem. You can't even remember his last name. His last name doesn't even have a hard letter in it. You know how bad that is?
It's Walz.
That's bad.
It sounds like you have
really
a stroke. It sounds like you have a stroke halfway through the name. It sounds like it's going to be Walter. Harris Walter. Great name. So pretend like you're saying Harris Walter, but you have a stroke. Harris.
Are you going to come out and say it, dude? You going to make the announcement?
What? What's up?
You have to.
You got to make the endorsement, dude.
That's
what this show is all about and always has been about. Supporting the Democratic ticket.
Let's do it, Kicks.
Hey guys, just want to say I'm really excited that Walz was picked as the VP.
You don't even sound serious, dude.
Yeah.
I think that just the Republicans are weird. JD Vance fucked a couch. And
He might have.
Orange man felon. And so I'm voting for the party of vibes and unity because there's only one way to get this economy back on track, and it's rainbows of love. And that's it. Thank you.
Have you noticed that like everything they talk about is like, yo, call the other people weird. It's really working. Call them creepy.
No, you're weird. No, you're weird, bro. Like, it sounds like you're going to a Catholic school and you're like trying to diss each other in front of the teacher. You know what I mean? You can't say bad words.
Kicks, can you make sure your microphone volume is at the normal level, please?
And Drudge linked to some article that was basically like, here's what Minnesotans think of this guy, basically. And all of the quotes were like, he's not weird. I was like,
really,
okay.
Yeah, really strong defense. Like he's totally
very
normal.
Is this better?
Totally normal guy.
Were all the quotes that he got, I was like, wow.
Is this better?
This guy's normal. Thank God. Thank God. How long has it been since we had somebody that was a normal VP?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy. We can hear you.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Nick, so you'd like to, well, first of all, appreciate you, Nick, for putting Kix's feet to the fire and ensuring that he co-signs, the #1 ticket for sure. Not weird at all.
Wait,
Tim
Kix,
Kaine
I do have a question
and
for you.
Kamala Harris.
Did you hit Walz on Polymarket?
I did not.
We went through this yesterday, Easy.
Who keeps tapping their mic? Easy?
That was me. Sorry. It's fixed. It's fixed. It's fixed. I'm sorry. I took Walz, though, because Kix talked about it on Twitter.
I did say that Shapiro was saying that it was a two-man race.
Yeah, and I got Walz at 17 cents and 23 cents. It wasn't for a lot of size, though. I was a little upset. I should have gone much harder. But okay. I hit.
Dude, a hit's a hit, baby.
Were you invested in like every other candidate?
No, I didn't have Shapiro. I had that other guy.
You sold Kelly.
Easy's just going to make up his entire, like, this is where I just don't know.
I have the wallet. I have the wallet address. I shared it in Bodagas. I had Kelly. Was that the one? The original
Mark
favorite
Kelly.
before Shapiro.
Astronaut.
Yeah, sold that one for a 2-cent loss.
Fine. Got out. Wrecked it on Walz.
And then hit Walz.
Yeah, okay, sure. So.
Are you even on Polymarket yet, big guy?
No, I haven't figured it out.
No, last time he was mad because he couldn't figure out how to get on.
I'm going to walk him through it.
Typical
He's going to be
boomer.
slinging political bets left and right. Nick's
They're
uniquely
predictions, they're not
positioned for
bets.
it. He's
Nick,
going to
did
cook.
you at least get onto a perpetual dex yet? This is something you and I talked about. Did you find the dex that you've been using? Are you locked in?
Well, no, I haven't because I'm going to have to go to another country. So which country should I be operating in, generally speaking?
Mexico.
Poland.
So, yeah.
Mexico?
I use
Poland.
Mexico because VPN-wise, it's one of the better signals in which you can receive due to proximity. And it has the least number of issues when it comes to non-allowed situations.
Does Mexico work for Polymarket too?
Yes.
One other question about Mexico. Are the Zetas still an influential gang or have they completely crumbled?
The Zetas.
Yeah.
Is that like a Greek organization from your local college?
No, they're one of the most brutal gangs in Mexican history, Los Zetas. It was founded in...
Are you talking about Zeta Phi Beta? Because those girls were down. No?
You don't know about Los Zetas?
No, I'm not familiar with Los Zetas.
Oh, sorry. I meant Zeta Tau Alpha.
So real quick, there's a weird issue going on, guys. I have the stream pulled up. Okay, now it looks like it's working. There, the audience was unable to see Kicks Are Easy for a period of time, which was very strange. I don't really understand why, but it looks like it's fixed now. People in the audience on YouTube or X platform video, if you can't see Kicks Are Easy, just let us know. But it seems like it's fixed at this point.
Also, does it really matter? I mean, guys, come on. Post in the comments.
What would you like to discuss, Big Dog?
Well, I'm just following the document here, which doesn't have a new segment until 9:45. Ray, can we reassess this? Can we do that one first? I mean, I feel like when you're starting off in the morning, you want to like, have a little fun.
Yeah, that's fine. I've been moving it around. I wanted you to be here. Last time you missed the segment, so I just wanted you to be included.
For whatever reason, no matter what I do, 9:05 like is the earliest I can show. Like literally, I'll just readjust my schedule. I was in the shower earlier today. Just took me longer to put on my skin lotion. Yeah.
Well, looks like we're going to do this new segment. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this is a brand new segment.
Am I the asshole?
Yeah, the segment's called Am I the Asshole?
Where'd you put the skin lotion?
In this segment, we are going to present our panelists with someone's story. At the end, the panelists will deliver judgment on whether or not the person is the asshole or is not the asshole. Okay? So here we go. We're going to read a story. We got a quoted story here. And is the person the asshole or are they not the asshole? So real quick. Can I discuss this real quick? The asshole story? Of course you can. Of course you can.
This is a pretty long one. Jesus Christ, Ray. Like, should we take turns reading each of the paragraphs?
Yeah, if you want to. They're all very long. You need all
second.
the details to assess properly.
Look, I'm having a situation with my daughter here. My daughter's been dating this guy for a couple of months, okay? Grab me a beer, honey. One day he's going to hang out and watch movies and have pizza. Okay? Just a normal guy. The media's been talking about it. We ordered pizza, extra to ensure we had enough for him, and as soon as I got home with it, he walked out without even saying goodbye, which we thought was like pretty rude. Like, bro, what's going on? On another occasion, so this isn't the last time, I let my daughter continue to date this guy because I'm a little bit of a softie. On another occasion, because I love my daughter so much, on another occasion, we invited him to a restaurant to celebrate a special event for my daughter. I love celebrating her special events. He ordered food, but didn't eat and spent most of the dinner in the bathroom. Finally, this happened a third time, guys. We spent the day out with him alone, and we stopped for food. We were all absolutely famished. Just starving. My tummy was talking to me. My tummy was talking to my wife, believe it or not. It's that crazy. It was saying, bitch, get me some food. I encouraged him to order something, my treat, along with everyone else, and he refused. Never refused daddy. Then he just sat there awkwardly watching everyone eat. It made me very uncomfortable because I don't like watching people watching me eat. I also don't like watching people eat. So it's been really difficult in my life. I have to I literally go and eat in a bathroom, but that's neither here nor there. I told my daughter that I think he's been pretty rude, but she likes him. So she thinks his behavior is no big deal. Remember, I'm a softie. A little while later, my daughter informs us that he has an issue eating in front of people. So I say, well, that's fine, but he doesn't need to hang around at meal times because it makes me uncomfortable eating in front of someone that isn't eating with us. Now my daughter is mad that I'm discriminating against his disability, and I wouldn't treat someone else like that if they had a disability. This has to be fake. Am I the asshole for not wanting him around at mealtime?
What do you think, Nick?
No. Not an asshole. I mean, this one's... Well, for not wanting him around at mealtimes, I think you're an asshole for... option number one. You get this guy gone. You tell your daughter, you say, look, as long as you're underneath my roof, I say who you can and can't date. And this guy, he's a loser. Get with the winner. You see this issue early on in the relationship? Just wait for what's going to show up later, honey. Talking from someone who's dated a lot of people. Okay? They start off nice and easy. Aren't I cute? Aren't I a cute person? Aren't I pretty? And you're like, yeah, you really are. Then out of nowhere, something else comes around. Kix, what are you saying?
I don't give a shit. It was such a fucking long story, dude. I feel like
it is a long story. I think let's.
I lost track. I'm not gonna lie.
Here's the situation.
Was it the same person at the start of the story as the halfway through?
The boyfriend will not eat in front of the father.
Okay.
No matter what. And the father's pissed off because he doesn't like food. He doesn't like people watching him eat. And so he'd rather that the boyfriend's not around while they eat meals.
Well, there you go. That's the new segment.
There you go. Pio?
I don't know. I would just like to move on.
Yeah,
you
really.
What the
hell's the story?
Can you not have a take?
I would just like to move on, to be honest. If I'm just keeping it a buck, keeping it a stack, I would just like to move on.
I would gaslight. If I was the father, I'd gaslight the daughter. Don't even engage.
Elaborate. How would you gaslight? What would you say?
Just be like, yeah, you're dating a real cool guy, Cynthony. Really cool guy. He's
maybe
so awesome.
you should also eat less. Ooh, yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Just start inducing some trauma.
I think he's throwing up in the bathroom. What do you think about your boyfriend doing that, Cynthia?
Yeah. So look, if we look at Ethereum sentiment, at this point, I'd say people are calling for Ethereum sentiment to essentially be at an all-time low. When I kind of look at the performance of Ethereum against the other major crypto assets this cycle, it's borderline strange. It's borderline strange.
I got your message, Pio. It doesn't make it different when you send me the message versus whatever it is. Couldn't even give one comment.
Well, my comment is on, has Ethereum sentiment reached an all-time low at this point, or do we think that we can actually go lower? When you look at the Sol against Ethereum chart, it is definitely, pretty interesting. Easy. How do you think the rest of the cycle is going to go for, say, like Ethereum versus Solana?
I think Sol's going to continue to outpace. Look at the Sol ETH chart. That chart is all-time high. Ansem's been calling for 0.1, and now he's raised his target to 0.2. So we're pretty close, I would say, at this point. We're getting much closer, obviously. I did not like Ansem's comments last night saying that we were going to retest the lows. I actually candidly told him to shut the F up very, very publicly. And it seemed the audience enjoyed that. It seemed people completely agreed with my statement about not retesting the lows. I think he's right, though. I do think we go back to 120 Sol, probably like 48K Bitcoin, like $5 or $6
That
Ethereum.
seems to be consensus. Mike Alfred and Fred Krueger are predicting 49K Bitcoin, a little dip before we rip.
Which is also kind of in line with like the sideways action of the summer. Like, so I actually have a question for you, Pia. And I know you're a long-term holder here. Would you rather an asset go down 25% in one day or go down 25% over a month?
1 day.
Okay, I'm in the same boat as you.
Just let it go.
You're in a state of awe and shock, so you almost like the likelihood of you taking action is much less. When you watch something slow grind down, you are like, what the hell am I doing? It hurts more. You can
buy more. You can, if it's slow grinding down, you can like buy every day for a month. That's pretty good.
The DCA feels better, but it's also like when you see those wicks in that capitulation event, like we saw. Was that Monday already? Damn, that was Monday.
There was the bear market of Sunday and Monday. Really,
longest bear market we've had in months, dude.
It's a 24-hour period from Sunday afternoon to Monday afternoon was essentially that bear market.
And the hard part though is like also being comfortable buying during that time period. I still think that the rally we've seen on Sol basically continues to solidify that Solana is going to outpace. And I'm actually happy I bought more Radium. That was the one thing that I woke up and was like, thank God I actually pulled the trigger on something. I didn't get Solana buys in. I didn't get JLP or Jupiter buys in. I didn't get more Shadow buys in, which are like my beta plays to Sol. The only thing I got through was Radium. Because I was sitting there like, this might go lower. People aren't really sure. It's kind of tough to see and like think about what's going to happen here and where the market's going to go. That's kind of the tough part. But like, I think the overall market is pretty damn clear that even with this ETH ETF, Ethereum is still trading so slowly comparatively. Bitcoin inflows, I think, broke 1 billion again. So like, it was pretty clear TradFi was buying aggressively after that dip, which was huge.
Yeah, no surprise.
Sol obviously rallying the way it has shows inherent strength, which is like, that's what you need to look for in a down market is what holds strength. And Solana was the clear leader across the board when it comes to that. Those are kind of the things that I look for. It's just like, I'm happy I have such minimal ETH exposure. Everyone's saying ETH will catch up. It'll be the most hated rally. I don't think it does, like at all. I think, yeah, it'll go up with the rest of the market. I don't think we see a 30-40% God candle on ETH in a single day.
I think that's fair. Kix, if you have any insight on this, and then I also do want to talk about the prediction markets because I think it's one of the juiciest angles and Kix is knee deep in it. But any thoughts on ETH? I know that you have a lot of ETH. Do you think that you're going to see a significant recovery?
It's going to be like watching an Olympics race and you're like, hey, my country's in the fucking final race, but you get 8th place. You get last place. That's what it's going to be like holding ETH for the rest of the year.
Okay.
You're not going to get the gold medal. You're not going to get silver. You're not even going to get bronze. But hey, you made it to the finals at least. Like, you got to watch it on TV.
A fair take, fair take. So if we move on to prediction markets, Kix, obviously you've been very hands-on with this. You've made some great calls. You got whacked by the Democratic Party when they swept Shapiro's legs out from under him. What are you looking at now in terms of prediction market bets?
Let's pull it up, man.
Ray, if we could pull up Polymarket, please.
I think some of the crypto ones are definitely interesting in terms of how you can play it. So like, will Bitcoin reach 65K before September? That one is at 35%.
Will Bitcoin reach 65K before September is at 35%. It's August 7th. So you essentially have a little bit more than 3 weeks left on this.
I love that bet.
You don't love it or you do? Because you don't think that there's going to be enough strength to get it there before the 1st of September.
But you think Solana's going to 220 before the 1st?
I already placed that bet, okay?
I'm just asking. Do you want my address now or do you want me to just wait till September? Like
Anything can happen, guys. And when you least expect it is when this stuff pumps. 35%, I don't know. It could go up. I'm just saying.
It could go up, and then
I don't like
sometimes they pair these markets up. So let's see. Bummer they didn't. Because what would be real nice is if you could take the no on Bitcoin reaching it, but like the yes on Solana reaching the similar price. Another interesting right now. Solana above 160 on August 9th. So you have about 16 hours until the clock strikes August 9. Can it go up?
What's the max you can bet on that?
$8. You gotta look at the order books.
Yeah, scroll down to the order book. We can actually see. I think this is free money if you just hammer the no at 70 cents.
You don't think it goes
160? Scroll up, click, pop up. Yeah, no.
So wait, it's going to go to 160 by the day after tomorrow?
Yeah, but it's at 152 right now.
Yeah, I don't think it has an 8% move.
I think
go over to trade now.
Sorry, Nick.
I think it's about to get rejected. But how much can I bet?
You can make
not much.
No, that's a lie, dude. You could bet right now $10,000 to win 2,500
on the no. On the no.
Yeah. You could bet 10 grand to win 2,500.
Yeah, there's a lot of liquidity on the no. There's not a lot of liquidity on the yes.
Okay, I don't like that one.
Okay.
You'd get about a 25% return.
10 grand to make 2,500.
No, but you don't.
0.
Right, but yeah, but it's a bet, right? So you could put in however much you want.
No, but I'm saying that I'd rather leverage short Solana and I can liquidate the position on the like if it goes against me, or I at least get leveraged bet. This is not a leveraged bet, so this is just a bad
straight bet.
This is a dumb one to make.
Okay, that interesting. Kicks identified it as one that is potentially interesting. I mean, the crypto bets are interesting, especially since they're super duper short timelines. Look at this Ethereum all-time high when. Trump launching a coin before the election is interesting too. 22% chance.
It surged because of the Eric Trump thing yesterday. It was basically trading at zero until he tweeted that he really got into DeFi and he's about to change the world. If you can stake Trump NFTs for a ticker, we're going to see some chaos happen, man.
That would be wild.
That would definitely be wild. A little side note while we talk about this, Beanie, who, look, you can go either way with Beanie's takes, right? Sometimes he'll say stuff that seems super duper smart and intelligent. Other times he's pumping a random ass ticker that nobody should have ever bought ever that does go to zero. And other times he's saying that he doesn't quote believe in crypto anymore. So it's a random mixed bag with him. But he said something interesting where he said he could see NFTs coming back via OpenSea 2.0, having that be deployed on Base, which makes so much sense. And then having Coinbase buy OpenSea 2.0. I was like, well, that's actually a reasonable take and interesting. And if there's anything we know, it's that NFTs are not going to live on Ethereum L1 for the long term. They just won't. And Base is essentially the most one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting Ethereum L2s, in my opinion, for sure. Through Coinbase, the number one, publicly traded United States-based crypto company, and one of the top exchanges. So yeah, there was a lot of interesting stuff there. That's a little side note that I wanted to throw in as we kind of run through these crypto bets. That was something I hadn't really been thinking about, like the potential of a complete migration to Base via a major platform. A major platform, by the way, who never launched a token. And at the time, angry, users were like, you need to launch a token basically so they could make a nominal amount of money, sell it, and then move on. But the reality is, if you want to be a big boy company that has the potential to go public, the potential to be acquired, launching a token right now, at least given the current regulatory environment, is, in my opinion, not the right angle. It adds extra baggage that legal teams and, M&A teams have to dissect. But anyway, back to the bets quickly. Kicks, anything else you're seeing that's interesting?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, you kind of, you have your plays that you develop, and new ones I don't think are popping up left and right. I still really like on the political side, Kamala Harris, either yes, or Donald Trump no on the popular vote.
What don't you like about that?
I do like that one.
Oh yeah, I think that's a free 30 cents for Kamala Harris. The last time a Republican won the popular vote was 16 years ago.
I really don't understand how this is priced at 70. I do not understand.
For some reason, the polling has them within 1% of each other on the popular vote.
But that's just, there's no shot that happens, dude.
I know. Yeah, that's why I think
The popular votes, it's going to all come down to the swing states. Like they're already basically saying Pennsylvania is one of the biggest deciding factors.
Right?
Quick question. Did Donald Trump know like the safer bet here, even though it's worse odds? Because like you need Kamala to win the popular vote to hit that one. Like other circumstances could happen where Trump drops out or Kamala drops out.
If he got assassinated, your no would still hit.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So,
but what's the liquidity on the no?
Is generally safer than a yes.
There's more outs. It's like when you're playing poker, it's more outs to hit that. Kicks. The other thing I've realized is I really got to start reading the fine print on how these settle.
Yes.
Because remember my hottest July on record bet?
Yeah, you lost that?
I have not lost it yet. So there's another individual in the space who also took a heavy position on it not being the hottest on record. But there's something weird here going with the buy pressure because it's been surging randomly. The way they calculate this, though, is based on NASA's ocean temperature.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was the thing I didn't realize because that can actually fluctuate in like the average of the ocean temp, which like could be skewed if the Arctics are hotter than normal.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm gonna go.
You're basically saying climate change is a scam.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think the Earth is flat. I think equal dispersion of the sun. Yeah, but this one caught me totally off guard when I got a message yesterday, basically saying it's based on ocean temperature. Oh. They still think that this is some insider trading stuff going on that's causing the yes to surge because this person's still fairly confident it will be no, which I'm hoping because it hasn't settled yet, which is wild considering we're already a week past. But we'll see.
And then another one I just linked over to you. This is one you got to sit on for a little bit, Pio. But highest grossing movie in 2024. Well, Inside Out is looking like the big favorite right here. Okay. Popular kids movie.
Inside Out's really good. Nick, you were going to say something?
Nick, you're going to say something?
Yeah, we can just move on, though.
Why?
Okay.
We can just move on.
No, we want to hear
the highest grossing movie in 2024. Have you seen Inside Out 1 or 2?
I'm talking about the ocean temperature.
All right, well, let's go home real quick. Let's go back to the ocean temperature. I want to hear your take.
I'm going yes, it will be.
Okay.
Why?
Because he understands the Power Elite machine and how it will produce the results that it needs to produce, which is
he's a mainstream liberal, so he is very adamant on climate change.
I don't understand these you've been reusing you got like 2 jokes. Find a new one, okay?
Nope.
Try a new one.
Now that it's upsetting you, I'm going to say it a lot more. A lot more.
What if he's like, I'm not a mainstream liberal, I'm a fringe anarchist liberal or something?
No, I'm not offended. I'm not offended about
bipartisan conservative jerk.
Yeah, you're old. Aren't you supposed to get more conservative over time?
Well, I'm not talking about myself.
Okay. What do you think about the highest grossing movie in 2024? Here's my alpha. Guess what's launching November 14th or 16th? I forget which specific day. Moana. Look at the stats around Moana. Moana, #1 most streamed movie for the last X however many years.
Didn't know that.
Moana came out, I think, in 2016. So they got 8 years of just desire for Moana building. So the play is, right, not because the issue with Moana is that a tight schedule to win, right? Because they're coming out November 14th. They got to just crush the holiday season and put up probably $750 million. Not an easy feat. But what you can do is getting into October, maybe late September, right? When it's Inside Out keeps trending up, it looks like Inside Out's a lock. Hit the other. Then the Moana ads start coming out. People start saying the Moana has a big opening weekend, right? And maybe Moana doesn't win, but maybe it's a 5% other at the time you take it. Maybe it goes to 15, 20. Nice little 4X. Write it down. Put it in your wallet or your purse, and make sure you check on that late September, early October. Could be a play. A lot of people like Moana. Do the research.
I like the other bet here a lot, dude. Because there's also some other high-quality films dropping. Beetlejuice. The remake is coming out in October.
Which I'm so upset about. I'm so fucking upset about Beetlejuice remake because I love the original. If you haven't seen the, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen the original Beetlejuice, go watch it like today. Like you have to watch it today. The fact that they just can't make an original movie anymore. So they're like, yeah, you remember how banging Beetlejuice was 22 years ago? We're going to remake it again. It's like preposterous. Alec Baldwin's not in it because he murdered someone on set. There's all these issues. There's all these issues with
the way
it.
you just glanced over that, he's like, yeah, dude may have caught a casual murder charge. It was an accidental homicide. Totally fine. Wicked is also coming to the big screen as well. Basically the 6th iteration of Wizard of Oz.
So you're telling me I got other at 7% when I got Wicked coming down the pipe and I got Moana coming down the pipe, and you're telling me that's a 7%?
Here's another thing.
7%.
Ellie.jpg coming in with some alpha. Deadpool expected to hit 1 billion by this weekend in global sales. It's got a close chance of surpassing Inside Out #2. He said these bets are not up to date. He said Deadpool has 407 million in 11 days. Let's look at the data right here. So here's our data. Okay, so we got Deadpool and Wolverine. They came out July 26th. So he's right, 11 days. They put up 407. Can it close the gap on Inside Out? Yeah, very interesting.
I didn't.
Well,
11%. Real quick, people are saying Beetlejuice came out in '88 before I was even born. Didn't even realize it was that old. So it's over. Damn, it's almost 40 years old. Damn.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it was that old.
Ebrink is correct. The market is domestic, but still looking pretty good.
Did you see Bad Boys?
Another thing that they just keep remaking. No, I didn't see it. I'm sure it printed money.
It was not good. I rented it from Apple TV because I was just like doing work on my computer, and it was not good.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's straight trash.
All right, so we're in some good constructive criticism here from Benasso in the comments. Today has to be one of the worst Daily Bone episodes ever. I appreciate that feedback, Benasso. If I could redirect the mic to you, could you tell us exactly what you want us to talk about? Benasso, whatever topic you pick, we're going to set a clock, and we're going to talk about it for 5 minutes. You can pick literally anything.
I like
we want to turn around.
Benasso's feet to the fire. Hey, Benasso, let us know what you want to discuss.
Real quick question. So I feel like if there was another Frozen, there was a Frozen 2, right?
Yes. I think there's like many Frozens.
No, I think there's 2.
Oh, there's only 2.
Is this song very popular? Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, Moana
very popular.
Staring about the crypto prices going down.
So yeah, I think Moana could do pretty well.
Well, look, on the topic of Moana, I do want to bring up our brand new partner, Uniswap Labs. And so, we are over the moon here to partner with both Moana and Uniswap. Just kidding. We're only partnered with Uniswap, one of the biggest names in crypto, a platform that I'm assuming 90+% of the people in our audience have already used.
90%.
99 and have already used. Easy. Let's talk a little bit about the wallet extension. It's built from the ground up, optimized for swapping. You had something to say about which angles you think make this wallet one of the best in the game.
So I know Nick hasn't joined Polymarket yet, right? If he downloads the Uniswap wallet, he can open up Dex Screener, swap his ETH to USDC right in the Uniswap wallet, and deposit that into Polymarket, all from a sidebar, leaving it right up on the page, streamlining the whole process. You don't even need to bridge it to Polygon. You can swap it just on ETH. It also opens up a ton of other EVM swaps. Obviously, Base and Blast are rallying right now. We're seeing more Base meme coins pop up, EVM chains, aggregated right on Uniswap, seamless swapping right on Dex Screener. It's where everyone's going anyway. So it makes it significantly easier. The signing is huge. That's one of the nicest things about it. When you sign a transaction, it actually shows you exactly what's happening. If you're swapping money, it'll show minus ETH plus USDC. If you're sending money to a contract, it'll show what you're sending. It tells you exactly how much you're swapping into a meme coin. All of the UI is so friendly that it just streamlines everything you could possibly want from a wallet perspective. When I would look at my other wallets and some of these other competitors, I always got confused and I would just slam confirm. I know a lot of other people did that as well, and sadly it led to malicious attacks. The other thing is MEV bots, sandwich attacks. When you have high slippage, you get absolutely destroyed on swaps. The Uniswap wallet, with this entire functionality and UI being one of the best experiences I've used, it also eliminates all of that. So when you're swapping into a meme coin, when you're chasing something that someone on the timeline is talking about, you don't have to worry about getting MEV'd. When you swap half an ETH, you're going to get half an ETH worth of whatever it is you're swapping to. So kudos to Uniswap aggregating all of that and making it the best and most seamless operation as possible. And you're going to get the best rates compared to any other swap because it aggregates everything. Every on-chain and off-chain swap as well is aggregated directly in there. So now you're taking Uniswap on the go with you rather than having to go to a third-party website and handle all this.
Oh, is that a replacement of 1inch or whatever it is?
Similar for sure. So they do have all of that. And Nick, I think you would love the UI. I know as a code guy, it's a full sidebar panel instead of the pop-up or overlay that all these other wallets do. So it pops up in parallel right alongside the page. It's so nice. Like I've been using it significantly more, especially on base and blast stuff, and it's so nice to just have it pop up on the page.
Bonasso's suggestion, by the way.
Hold on, just real quick, and I want to get to Bonasso's suggestion in just a second. I just want to let people know if they want to check out this Uniswap, extension, you go to wallet.uniswap.org, and we are just over the moon to have a kick-ass partner like Uniswap on this podcast.
Sick.
Nick, Bonasso, let him have it.
This is the dumbest fucking suggestion ever. Bonasso, how about I'll give you a second attempt. How about take another shot at coming up with a segment and see if it's worthy of any of us even acknowledging it? Because right now you're looking like a dumbass.
So, Nick, why are you so offended by Bonasso's suggestion? I'd be curious. Bonasso, you don't really hold 90% ETH, dude. No, you don't. I do not believe you. I do not believe Bonasso holds 90% ETH.
Bonasso doesn't own any crypto because he's broke.
Hey now. Hey.
Well, Nick, so why were you so upset by the suggestion by Bonasso?
Can we talk about Clemente's recent trades and how he's proven everyone wrong? Has he?
Okay, let's just read some of them off in Clemente's voice. I'm considering selling off my little pudgies for a Bitcoin puppet here. Incredibly impressed by the ordinal's rebound in the past 24 hours. And I have to believe at least a portion of the Lily Pudgy floor price is pricing in an airdrop for Abstract. Am I crazy?
I don't understand that last portion of his statement about the Lil
Yeah,
Pudgy.
because if anything, that would make it seem like that. Yeah, that is why the price is up, but therefore the price is up. Maybe he's saying, I think he's not maybe factoring in he'll get part of the airdrop.
I think he's saying that they're overpriced comparatively to the other assets because they're pricing in a potential Abstract airdrop.
Dude, this got 76,000 impressions because immediately everybody that has Bitcoin puppets was like, no. Everyone's replying like, do not do this. Do not
look at the quote
Bitcoin
tweets.
puppets.
Yeah, look at the quote tweets. It's like all these Bitcoin puppets are like willing to OTC 9 puppets and 1 honorary for cost.
All right, here's another one.
We got Bitcoin puppets watching right now, weighing in, being like, no, please don't. But anyway,
here's his most recent post. And this is in reference to on July 29th, he sold all of his ETH for Solana and Bitcoin and got roasted on the timeline. 9 days later, he says, study every single astrologist that dunked on me from converting my final ETH bag for Sol last week. I will continue to raw dog my trades. Thank you very much. Higher.
Real quick, to be clear, this is actually what Bonasso wanted us to do. He wanted us to pull up Clemente's tweets and talk about them. Nick, what do you think of us, fulfilling Bonasso's request right now? Do you think it's making for great, phenomenal, widespread potential podcast content?
I mean, it's all right. I'd rather go back to Am I the Asshole? Real quick, Bonasso has a supporter in the comments, Green, who says their opinion doesn't matter, especially Nick's.
Okay, here's the thing. We got 2 minutes.
Well, I'm going to be honest.
Timeline.
The only opinion that matters is the people that are on the show. Literally, like objectively, because you don't have control of the show. So Nick has also proven that he's a dumbass. Any other dumbasses want to post comments in here?
Let's respect Bonasso's time. Bonasso's on the clock. He's on the clock. There's 2 minutes left. Let's go to a next one. Clemente right here. Easy will like this one. This is in reference to his August 3, where he says he teases out maybe Easy and Clemente are going to have a trade-off. He replies here, while this was initially a joke, Easy Eats Bodego and I will be doing a trade computation very soon. Nothing is off limits. Doxed wallets, stream breakdowns, etc. We will share more details soon, but we'd love for as many of you to join the competition.
Here's the take. I love the way Clemente writes. I think the way Clemente writes is very strong.
It's easy to read, man. It's easy to read.
It's why he's good at Twitter, dude. He's good at Twitter.
Kicks comes. It's easy to read, man. Like so I find it very hard to read other people. Clemente lays it out super simple.
Dude. We've seen Kicks' pronunciation. We know reading is not his strong suit. He really struggles with certain words.
Dude, my guy Sean P over here. Sean P's commentary is wild. I mean, this guy comes out of left field. He said Bonasso sounds like a climate change guy. Probably would get along with Nick. Sean, where's that come from? That's a very interesting angle to take, given everything as we kind of talk about this. All
right, time off. 5 minutes. That was
it, Bonasso. That was all you
segments.
got. Nick,
it wasn't bad, but I still think Bonasso's stupid, and so is Green, who still said nice things to me after. But Green's comment was, "Love you, Nick. Not sucking your ass." Just glad to see you. I've never heard the phrase "sucking your ass."
It makes me think of like a starfish. Like how they have to do it to hold on.
It's an old Greek term. Yeah, it comes from a couple Greek.
Sucking your ass.
Yeah, old Greek.
They did a lot. That's true. They did a lot of that in Athens.
Ton of it. Yeah. Where do you think the bathhouses originated?
Got to keep it clean down there.
Viable. Nick, any other comments offend you?
Bonasso says, "Fuck climate change." That didn't work really well. Someone said that was the best segment today. Someone said, "Sorry, Nick, you are the asshole."
That's a good comment. That was not bad. That's a good one.
Good. All right.
That's pretty funny. Nick, what else would you like to discuss today?
I mean, what else do we got on the list here?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of things. One thing I thought was interesting is a gentleman that is
BlackRock is adding options on Ethereum ETFs.
That was apparently filed yesterday. That was announced that there was a filing. There you go. So options on spot Ethereum ETFs.
Are there options on things like IBIT? I haven't looked into it.
No.
We talked about this yesterday. There are not. They would have to be approved by the SEC.
But Kix and Pio both confidently thought that there were, and that
which I think is a reasonable. That was a reasonable.
If you gun to my head and said, "Are there options on IBIT or even the ETFs?" I would say yes.
Yeah,
just inherently would say yes.
I thought it was a reasonable.
No, because oftentimes also when like a stock gets listed, for example, there's not options immediately on it.
Fair. Good take.
To protect the volatility that typically happens early on.
Yeah.
What I want to discuss, Kix, is the Zetas.
What about them?
I saw a documentary on Netflix, is why it was top of mind. So look up the Zetas horse trading.
Zetas horse trading?
So what happened was, I'll give you the quick synopsis. There's a gang in Mexico, called the Zetas. They were trained by the U.S. So the U.S. trains these guys the same way that we trained the Taliban. We trained Osama bin Laden. I don't know if we trained the Taliban.
No, I'm sure we trained the Taliban, probably the Viet Cong.
So
a lot of training going around on both sides.
So we train these guys, and they go down and they get aggressive. They're like military people, and they just start murdering people if you go against them. Anybody, you're dead. And they get up to something like, I think they were at $350 million a year in revenue off of selling drugs. And one of the guys, one of the two leaders, sends like his cousin or brother or something like that over to the U.S. And the guy says that he's a like bricklayer or something, and suddenly buys $800,000 worth of horses. And the horses start running in this league, which
just
is
known. It was an older brother. It was an older brother. His alias was Z40, and it occurred in 2009.
Yeah, there's Z40 and Z42 are the two main people. And basically what ends up happening is they get involved in this horse racing trade, which is an area which can be manipulated, kind of like the price of Bitcoin. And what ends up happening, that was for you, Pia. And then what happens is they end up manipulating it. They end up setting these races, and there's these $1 million and $2 million races that these guys end up winning. They end up building their own horse training place, all this sort of stuff. Anyways, they go through all this stuff, and they finally get exposed that, yeah, they tie the money to money coming across from Mexico with cash to clean the money, because that's like the main reason they were doing it was for money laundering, so that they could clean the money and get US dollars. And so they run it through this whole system. They end up getting caught. Both the brothers end up getting arrested and imprisoned in Mexico. But yeah, the whole thing, it was a really good documentary. But
according to Elizabeth Warren, they should just be laundering it all through crypto, right? Because it's so fucking easy to do it that way. Instead, the cartel, you know, who has probably a lot of smart advice at their disposal, is trying to launder money through horse races. But according to Elizabeth Warren, those guys, they're just plowing it through because it's just so easy to send something through a transparent blockchain and just erase all trails to it. So I just want to say thanks for protecting us, Senator Warren. I appreciate everything you do for us. Let's keep it to the horses, as they say.
We got some good comments. Greeny said, will this be the top grossing for 2024? And Reverse Flash says, Los Zetas are the assholes. The documentary actually was not that great. I'm going to be honest. I don't recommend watching it. You just got the entire summary of what happened.
Quick question. If you had smoked some pot before you watched it, what do you think?
Well, all narrative stuff is just way better, especially comedy things, if you're high. I don't know about documentaries being better.
Okay, next question. If you were to buy $10,000 worth of anything right now in crypto, what would you buy?
Well, I'm looking at shorts on Solana. Leverage shorts on Solana is what
That's
I'm
a bet. That's a bet right there. 10 grand, you're plowing it into that?
Like, are you going high leverage or short leverage, like low leverage?
I would go moderate. So I want to cover, let's say, $200,000 worth of Solana.
20x?
I don't know that I'll go do 20x is a lot.
20x. That's why I'm asking. But if you wanted 200,000 at 10K, you would need a minimum of 20x minus fees. You probably need like 22x to get 200K exposure to it.
How does
what type of tweet is this, Zeneca?
How does hedging it even make you any money? Because like, how does it save you from capital gains if you have to sell the hedge? You still have capital gains. Shouldn't you loan your Solana to a protocol?
That's what I was texting.
Borrow USDC.
Literally, what I texted him was
lend it. With that,
it's a lot of steps, and like the easiest way is to just go short on leverage.
No, I'm
I texted him, I was like, you could go to MarginFi, you could lend out the USDC.
But why not just sell? No. My question is, if you sell, you realize capital gains. If you take out a short leverage, if you sell the short leverage, you're realizing all of those capital gains on the other side. So
if I end up making $200,000 because I shorted Solana, and I bet 10K, I'll pay the fucking tax. Okay, like I'll pay the tax.
But then all your spot is down,
which I'm holding. I'm just gonna
hold it.
I'm holding my Bitcoin. I'm holding my Solana. I'm holding my other stuff. I don't want to trade my stuff. I just want to protect the downside because I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
But still taking a 20x leverage is fucking crazy.
Okay, maybe I don't go 20, maybe I go 10, maybe, but like at least it's a bet.
I like a 5x leverage here.
Yeah, 10x leverage, you'll get blown out if Solana goes up by 10%.
This person says,
and then now you've lost your hedge. I don't know.
So Nick, serious question.
You should talk to a financial advisor.
No, fuck those guys. They'll tell you to put it in the S&P for 8% over 6 years.
I got physical therapy right now, but let me just tell you.
You need some fucking mental therapy right now. You're trying to fucking 10x short Solana? What the hell are you doing, Nick? What did Warren Buffett say? Warren Buffett said no liquors, no ladies, no leverage.
The best trade mentioned this entire show
is to buy Radium.
Dude, you keep going with the Radium trade and Jupiter keeps outperforming. I think that trade's dumb. I think all the other trades are dumb that have been mentioned on this show. Polymarket thing where you risk 10 grand to make 2 and potentially lose 0. That's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, well, guess what? Guess what, Nick? Why don't before you go and get your little elbow twisted around, why don't you put down that 10x leverage short on Solana, and then let's say next Monday when you're fucking liquidated on that shit and you still want to de-risk, we can have another conversation.
Okay, I'll put 10 grand.
Let's go.
Oh, good Lord. Holy shit.
What's your bet? Yours is just insults.
Because I'm not trying to do something. Guess what? Last time I started playing around with leverage, I lost all the 6 grand, dude. Doing all sorts of shit. Oh, I'm long on these, so let me short it right now. Just, you know,
Make
then
note,
I'm on
audience.
both sides.
Best trade, mine. I'm going to physical therapy and tell kids to get a better attitude.
Why don't you pick USA to win the most gold medals? And then why don't you also pick China just to hedge yourself out?
Yeah. Why don't you put some liquidity into that Chinese bet? How about that? You like that?
Hey, why don't you hedge out your physical therapy and ride your e-bike 50 miles an hour on the way there?
Yeah, how about that? How about that? Do it.
I like it.
All right, buddy. Hope you have a good physical therapy session.
And fuck off, Kicks.
Hope the wrist, whatever you do over there.
Yeah, I actually really care about you. Yeah, I hope it's fine.
Love you. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fun one. Shout out to Benasso.
I think we should do that more often. We just pick someone out and then we say, this person gets to pick the topic for 5 minutes.
A gentleman named Ugly. His username is Ugly, ladies and gentlemen. He's saying, he's using expletives. He's saying, F you guys for ignoring me. Still love you, but F you. So in other words, a little bit of a troubled relationship with us, it does seem. He's lashing out while simultaneously telling us how much he loves us.
951, he said, can someone ask Easy my question? I'm ugly, dude. I'm really fucking scrolling for you, dude. I'm at 949. You should at 951, you should have repeated yourself. 948, my dumbass would love an answer. Cool.
Yeah, what was the question?
He asked a question a half hour ago and
there we
been
go.
complaining about
947.
it.
I have a question for you, Easy. Thoughts on how the Bolex airdrop will perform, or even the Photon airdrop? Are you still farming it or using it?
Yes, farming exclusively Bolex, personally. I just think that the liquidity is better. The platform's a little bit quicker. Photon initially did a stimmy for the top 100 users. Was not a big fan of that. I think the way that I think you got to trade these, though, is basically like sell the token and once it hits your wallet. Because like we don't know what the value add is. A utility token for a public trading bot is probably not the most beneficial thing, obviously. And both of them launching a token is going to have some volatility. So I'm curious if they try to figure out which way they can give, quote, value to this token on either of the platforms. Maybe it reduces fees if you hold X amount or stake X amount. That would be a win. I think that these are the best opportunities right now to farm. I think those, and actually the other partner we're working with, Stream. I know I'm biased because we work with them, but it's an Animoca incubated project that you can get points on, and it is the most undercrowded thing that you could be playing while listening to this show and my show before this. We literally just give you points. So like you show up every day, it's pointless not to partake in some of these things. And for something like Bolex or Photon, it's as easy as if you swap stable coins and Sol, you can do so in these platforms. You don't have to be trading meme coins to still be getting volume points and potential airdrop. So sometimes it just takes a little bit extra thought on it. But good question.
Yeah, great question. On the way out the door, Reverse Flash asking, where do you guys think Blast is moving to? Easy, we'll start with you.
0.
I honestly
what kind of question is that, dude?
I thought he was asking if they were going to move to Solana or something. I was like, wait, is he asking like what chain they're going to
like what? It's its own chain. They're becoming like an L1 at this point. I think it'll do fine because this native yield is interesting. Like if you have stable coins on ETH, I think your stable coins are actually better to be on Blast because you earn 8% on it, but doing nothing. Gun to my head, I still think 4 billion FTV will hit at some point in our lifetime. But I don't know if it'll be this year or in 10 years at this point. Still really like Pac-Man. Yeah, I don't know.
People keep saying that we've been disappearing the whole show. That pisses me off because I go out of my way to make facial expressions according to what everybody else on the show is doing. So if I've been fucking dancing like a monkey here, literally looking in the mirror like a clown, trying to make facial expressions appropriately. Screw StreamYard and screw YouTube.
Pio, you had to put in a lot of work this week. You had to tell us about Bitcoin being a store of value. Like, you know, you put a lot of energy in Monday's show, rallying the troops and making sure not everyone freaked out.
I'm gonna stop doing that.
Pio's in the ice bath a little bit today. Okay, he's cooling off the muscles because he knows the battle's not over yet. He knows there's gonna be another day where he's gonna have to be the Rock when everyone's fucking synthetic jello just flopping around all over the place.
Well, yeah, I mean,
including
can
myself.
Can we take 1 minute and just reflect that today's Wednesday? On Monday, I was supposed to be crying on the show is the message I received, is that I was supposed to be super upset and crying because of a literal negligible pullback on Bitcoin. Like that's what it's just a pullback that probably won't be remembered. I guess it won't be remembered. The only reason
it'll be remembered.
The Kamala crash, that's why, because they threw a name on it.
No, I think the Japanese unwinding situation.
Okay, fine.
Because that is a pretty big macro thing, and it was the third largest day of a sell in like a lot of these assets' history.
Yeah, pretty insignificant though to Bitcoin for sure. And people wanted me to be like crying my eyes out. It's like, no, I'm not worried about this at all. Then people were like, you're lying. You're high. I can see it in your eyes. You're dead inside. I was like, I'm actually doing quite well. And I'm actually buying Bitcoin today. But anyway, cry more. I didn't cry at all. I cried the opposite. What are you talking about?
It was a fake cry, but I cried. And people said I should have won an Oscar. I thought it was that good. I forgot what I cried about. Oh, yeah, losing the Walz bet or something else. No, I cried about something else, actually. Anyways, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a shit? We're back. Anyway, look, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap, one final shout out to our brand new partner that we couldn't be more pumped about. Name brand in the space here. One of the biggest names in the space, dare I say it. Uniswap Labs. So we got a Uniswap Labs wallet extension. It is the only one that's built from the ground up that's optimized for swapping, which you shouldn't be surprised about because it's being put out by Uniswap. So Easy, could you give us some additional detail on this extension before we wrap?
Yeah, you should just go and give it a try. I'm positive it's going to completely change how you're using this wallet in general and other wallets because of the UI experience it gives you. There's no more of those tired overlays where you can't actually interact with a web browser or web dApp or extension or plugin or anything crypto related without the wallet either being a completely separate pop-out tab or distracting you by overloading on the top. The sidebar makes it seamless. On top of this, swapping in it is completely native. It's what Uniswap is known for. They aggregate prices across the board. It is the best swap experience you're going to get, both price action wise, visually, information wise, because you actually know what you're sending and what you're receiving, and just speed of transactions, considering Uniswap aggregates everything on chain and off chain into one single location. It is the best experience I've had so far when trading any sort of EVM meme coins because of the speed of this, the simplicity of it, the benefit of using it on things like Dex Screener and Bird Eye and other components. So as I'm still in the blast and base trenches, chasing the next meme coin win, this wallet has made the entire process 1,000 times better. And you can also import your MetaMask, Rabby wallet, whatever else you're using. If you don't want to create a brand new wallet, right into this. Full wallet support across EVM chains, gives you a great portfolio overview, and history of all transactions are the best way I've actually been able to navigate the blockchain. So kudos to Uniswap just making a great product.
Good stuff. Check out wallet.uniswap.org. Incredibly pumped to have a brand name sponsor here, one of the top names in the space. You know how big of a fan I am of people making real stuff for the long term, advancing crypto infrastructure. Uniswap, top of the list for companies that are doing that. Quickly before we wrap, Sean Art said, Easy, what are we buying on Pump Fun right here? Wild question. You got to go buy Grenade Gopher.
Grenade Gopher, not a live ticker, but I do like that if it was a live ticker. I think
that's a live ticker. Grenade Gopher. Yeah.
All right, let me go find that. All right.
Yeah, Grenade Gopher. That's the thing.
Okay. Yeah. If this does a 200 XPO, you're getting some Bitcoin saying, right? Okay, I can't find Grenade Gopher.
It's Grenade Gopher. There's also oh,
they got a new UI, huh?
No, this is Pump Fun. It's like a Bloomberg terminal met Pump Fun. It's another option.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, there you go. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, each and every weekday. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, August 8th. Show's available wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. Also available on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button. It really helps. Monster shout out to the YouTube audience, always participating live, always giving comments, even if sometimes they are mean. And even if the same people complain every single day as they watch the show, saying that the show sucks. I've always found that fascinating. Keep on doing it. We love you guys. X platform video if you want to watch the video on X. And then, of course, Twitter Spaces, which apparently is going to be the biggest thing ever because Donald Trump and Elon Musk are doing a Twitter Spaces interview together on Monday. Can't wait to hear what that audio sounds like, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Thanks so much for listening. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to pop a